Well, good afternoon, everyone, and ooh, wait a minute. Let me start that over.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the front porch of the 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. It's time for a coffee break and a thrift haul. So before we begin, today's cup of coffee and ginger snap are brought to you by
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. A cozy corner, a table for two.
Well, this is a good old Victor mug, and it's got nothing to do with the Victor Talking Machine Company. A lot of you know the history of the Victor mug. Watch out. They're reproducing them in China, but they get away with it because on the bottom, when they stamp the word Victor, they leave one letter off or partially stamp. They do something tricky with one of the letters to try to fool you. So if you find these old sort of cheater mugs, the way they like a taper ends here, so they put a little, maybe 1 ounce less of coffee in it. You check the bottom and make sure you see the words Victor, the word V-I-C-T-O-R. I would turn it upside down and show you, but I would get hot coffee all over my pants. So let me have this ginger snap. How is everyone this afternoon? We are going to have a thrift haul. Now, all around the floor are the things that I purchased the last couple of days, and they're still in their bags. Haven't even researched anything, hardly even taken price tags off. I think I spent, maybe $70 or so for all of this. We'll start off with a nice Art Deco 1930s powder jar for the ladies' vanity. And you can see we have a brass top there with a design on it. And embossed flowers on the side and 4 feet, so that's for the ladies' vanity. Woo! Okay. Now don't get too excited for 2 reasons. One, I'm not selling it. But I'm not selling it because it's actually not an antique. Now this looks just like the Art Deco frames from the 1930s, does it not? Look at the colors. Yeah. But when I turned it around, that ain't an old back. Now you say, well, someone took off the old back and put that on. I don't think so. I think what we've got here is the Deco revival of the 1980s. And, I didn't even know there was somebody's, we just solved the problem. I had no clue. Well, somebody's baby got put in there. Let's put the child out of the way. But there is a tag in here. I hadn't even opened this in the store. And what does it say? Here's what it says. A Mark Deco product. This photo frame is a 1997 reproduction adapted from one of the original frame designs in the Steve Starr's personal collection as seen in his book, Picture Perfect Deco Picture Frames 1926 to 1946. That goes on and on and on and on. And it looks like this was made somewhere, made in USA, something, Laguna Beach, California. So I was right and I was wrong. It's not from the 80s Deco revival, but it's a 1990 reproduction. This may still have some collectible value online. I happen to like the old ones the best. And I was thinking that the reproduction it's just so well done, it would really fool you from the front. I think I paid about, well, there was no price on it, and they took it back and put like $2.99 on it or something such as that. These are about to fall apart. The rubber bands are about to come off, but I have these two coaster sets here. I paid $3.99 for that one, and it's got 6 glass coasters in it. I don't know, maybe the 40s, 50s, who knows? Patrick, are you watching? You're the coaster dude. And then I got another set, and I paid $3.50 for 7 coasters. I mean, everybody needs a nice glass coaster. I could use one right there. But I haven't restored this table yet. So the hot coffee is not disturbing it at all. So throwing these bags. This is a filthy Anchor Hocking. Yeah? Is it Anchor Hocking? Now it's not Manhattan. You can look at it and think that it is, but these ribs are smooth. Maybe it's Hazel Alice. I have to go back and look. I think it's Hocking. I've had this before with the ice lip, the little tilt pitcher. It's a cute little one. But the ribs here are very smooth. And so isn't it such that the Manhattan has sharper ribs? Look at that. There's another empty bag. Hot diggity. And we have a price tag covering up. So is it Crooksville or Bake? What's it called? Not Glass Bake, something Bake. Well, here I am trying to pick. All right, and we get nothing under there. So we're gonna have to look this guy up. A refrigerator, a kitchen piece from the 1930s with a hole on the top to let out steam, condensation, and whatnot. So this could be something to serve hot things at the table, I suppose. Crooksville, Bake Serve, there's all, I'd have to go look. The Consolidated Potters people. Nice. I don't see any staining. I didn't look on the inside, but good. No chips, no cracks. Yes, I did. And it works. I got to get that. Luckily for me, I think I can get this label off. And so it's metal on the back. This is from the 70s. People like these little clocks, and I'm trying to expand just a little bit. That era is not quite my era. Okay, here comes a what is it? Now I should know, but I don't. I don't know what this thing is. I haven't Google reversed imaged it. I haven't looked anything up in any book. What is it? Now this is solid down in here, and one that's raised. Now I was thinking, Advent wreath. I mean, you could stick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles in there, big fat candles. It's pressed glass. It's too fat. It's too big for lipsticks. I can't imagine salt and peppers. I can't imagine salt, pepper, oil, vinegar. What would you stick in that one? Is this perfume? Was this on a lady's? I bet this was on a lady's vanity. And maybe maybe there were matching perfume bottles that went in there. I couldn't resist it. There's the remnants of somebody's antique store or yard sale label. This is giving me the feel of the 1930s, isn't it? Like sort of a deco pattern. So I'm guessing a vanity piece that had, well, you know what? Now maybe it's missing a handle. because there are two little holes there. Now, what would they be for? And a little notch that sticks out. And on the absolute opposite side, there are two more little holes and another notch that sticks out, leading one to believe that something was connected. Why would you have a handle? Anyway, have fun with it. I don't know what it is. Oh! I don't know what that is. Ouch. You have a sip. Now I'm holding it up on this green platter, which is not what it goes on, but I want you to see this beautiful 1960s vanity set. There's your little powder jar thing, trinkets, and this is Napco Japan, and we have two lovely perfume bottles, so you can get all dolled up and get your smell good on, and go out for the night and do a little dancing. So this is for the this pink is 60s. Now let's see if I can put it down without. I only find a couple of tiny little on the Capelmonte flowers here and there, but not much. Yeah, it's about time you come out, squirrel. At least you're not like that feral cat that keeps pooping on in my backyard. I've tried to make friends with that cat, and he stares at me, but he won't quite come up yet. He's good and fat, so he's eating somewhere. He's doing a lot of mousing. So I like that little set. And look at this thing. Isn't this fun? It's like Christmas or birthday. This, who could say no to this? Well, I guess somebody could say no to it. Couldn't say no to it. Now, I was a music major as an undergrad, and I played the trumpet. And there are all kinds of weird brass instruments. I shouldn't say weird. There are unusual ones. There's an E-flat horn. There's a euphonium. And then when we go back to the Civil War, there are other strange instruments. Who knows? But we have a little pixie dude here. Yeah? And then here's the larger horn. So if you turn, anyway, it's not quite right, because here are the valves for the trumpet, but then they've got the mouthpiece on the wrong side, and the horn is facing out. These instruments are all messed up, let's just put it that way. But can you believe there's no brakes on this little guy? And he's got to be a Japan. I don't see. Oh, wait a minute. He's got Norcrest, Napco. What is that? It's not the paper label I normally see. It looks like an N and a C. And sometimes after I do these videos, I go, duh. Everybody knows what NC stands for, North Carolina. You know, no, I'm kidding. But it's just not hitting me right now what that Norcrest? No. Napco? I don't know. But I haven't seen anything embossed. Maybe it is American. But that's very unusual, is it not? And I don't know what it could be a vase. There must have been a whole band that came with it, I'm guessing. I don't know how you would decorate with that thing. I don't know what season you would use. Now, there are just some milk glass pieces that there's just so much of it out there. You can't really, it's not, in terms of if you're trying to do this as a business, you can't because of the time and the effort. But sometimes unusual milk glass I'll get. That's a nice big thing. I haven't seen it before, and it has no damage, and so I thought it's a nice big unusual piece of milk glass that I went ahead and paid $7 for it. And let's see if we can get underneath and find either a Westmoreland or an Imperial, and indeed WG for a Westmoreland glass, which you might be able to see right there. Sometimes I have memorized the years when they started marking their glass. I think for a lot of them, and then the marks changed. This is really after the war. We're into the 50s and 60s when we get to this. But I like it. I think somebody's going to enjoy it. So see, I don't dislike all milk glass. I think that's an elegant design on that. It's not a lotus, is it? I like that one. Now look at this thing. Woo-hoo-hoo. This might be for sale Monday night when David, my friend and fellow chap from Texas, he and I are going to be doing 2 chaps. And we're going to do it on my channel this Monday night. Last time it was on his channel. But we get together and via, the computer. And we get dressed up and he sells and I sell. We only sell about 10 things each. Things that might be a little more on the masculine side, but they don't have to be. Now, this is probably something that would be a tourist piece or an export piece, and I am going to have to, the tag on the bottom is too difficult to see. Maybe some of you recognize that, and it would be helpful if you actually do recognize that. I have to get a magnifying glass on it. But he appears to be made out of some type of a hardwood, maybe a mahogany, and he's fierce looking. I suppose it's not really a tobacco humidor because it's not lined, so it doesn't smell like tobacco on the inside, but you certainly could use it as such, put a lining in it. I like him. See that dirt on the top? So I don't know. I'm guessing this was made, well, I need to look up and see what that tag is. I thought that was something unusual. And I'm always looking for things that maybe everybody else doesn't already have. Okay, pink. I have 3 cream soups or 2 cream soups. Maybe I have 3. I think I have 3. Get out of the way. 3 cream soups in pink and what did I pay for them? $1.90? Did I pay $1.90? Yeah, I paid $2 each. But cream soups, not necessarily. I had somebody say, why do those teacups have 2 handles? When they're a lot smaller, it's a bouillon, but that's usually in china or porcelain pieces. In the depression glass, and I forget, is this Open Rose, Mayfair? I forget what it is. I'll put it in here. You were certainly permitted to grab after you finished your soup. It was absolutely perfectly acceptable manner-wise, and Emily Post said so. You could pick up your cream soup by its handles. I don't know if you have to put your pinkies out or not, but you are allowed to drink the soup. That's what the handles are on there for. And I've put clips on before from the 30s of Emily Post telling us we could do that. So if your mama smacked your hands when you did it, you can now go back and say, hey mama, the lady who wrote the book on manners said we could do it. There's more and more and more. Made in Japan, that's a nice divided tray, and it's got these holes here, and normally there were either like a rattan type of a handle that would come out. Those things don't usually last. But a nice kind of a chintz pattern on that. And it's from the 30s, and if we look in there, that's a typical 1930s mark on Made in Japan. You'll see a lot of, it's just beautiful. And this could be for all types of things that you're going to serve at your table. We're almost finished. I've got another Japan piece. Look at that. Or actually, this looks, wait, I didn't take the sticker off of it. And yeah, it's made in Japan. You don't even have to see the Japan under there. Look at that little milk pitcher for the breakfast table. It's got bumblebees on it, or moths, or whatever they are. And stylized flowers. Almost looks like an English garden. But very 1930s. And I don't see any chips on it. Very lightweight, very light, low fires, low heat fired stuff. It wasn't expensive. Probably could buy that at Woolworths for almost nothing. Can you believe I bought a milk glass punch bowl? Now you say, you are always making fun of milk glass, and I'm not always making fun of it. Let me show you this punch bowl, and then we go to rooster. Well, we'll do the rooster, because if I put him down, I'll forget. Every 1940s and 50s, especially 50s kitchen had to have a rooster. And he's looking good. He's got a little crazing, as they usually do. I don't know who made you. Got a little hole on the bottom. And he's a nice one. And I'm told his comb and his wattle, yeah, that's that thing and that thing. You know, that cold painted red, you get little speckles on it, but he's good. Get up there, don't make any noise. All right. And I think the very last thing to show you today is my milk glass punch bowl, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I paid $15 and I have 8 cups. See? $15 for the set. 8 cups. The punch bowl stand. We always see these separated and then turned this way and called a vase. And actually in the advertising, some of the old carnival glass, they said that you could take the punch bowl base and turn it upside down and use it as a vase, so that's not incorrect. And there's the big dude right there who goes in there. And we have not too huge, but a nice, hold on now, this takes talent or stupidity. A nice punch bowl with the 8 cups. Now who made it? Westmoreland? Imperial? Ooh, Fenton? That's called the Concord pattern by McKee. Yeah, McKee made this. Now Concord not having anything to do with grapes, and that's one of the things I liked about this punch bowl. It didn't have grapes and cables all over it. We see grapes and cables all the time. But it has a nice old-fashioned EAPG pattern on it, which is called Concord, the Concord, and this is McKee. And of course, there's your punch bowl, and it is completely unsigned on the bottom, which we expect from a McKee piece. So the question is, what you gonna do? Well, I'm probably going to attempt to sell the punch bowl and the 8 cups. I think this is a 13-inch punch bowl. That's 9 inches from there to there. So 9, 10, 11, 12. It's about a 13-inch punch bowl. And I realize that not everybody can find, complete punch bowl sets where you live. And if someone is willing to pay the shipping, and I can sell it for a price that makes it worthwhile for me to sell, then I'll do that. Weddings, birthdays, holidays. See, I don't surprised you with the milk glass, I know. All right, get back in there. You get back up there. I think, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with those punch cups. That was it. Oh, run my mouth for 30 minutes straight. All right, everybody, what did you like? What did I pay too much for? What did you go, you should have left that on the shelf? What was your favorite item? Did you own any of these? Do you remember any of these from your parents' house, your grandparents' house? Did you know you could pick cream soups up with the 2 handles? And what is this doggone thing? I was convinced that it had something to do with the ladies' dresser and different perfume bottles. But now I'm stumped as I looked closer and I see those 2 little holes, which makes it look like there was a handle on it. Well, somebody out there will, go digging around on the internet and you'll find out for me. All right? And if you do, won't you tell me? I've got to get back in the house now and finish packing. It's going to be an all-nighter, but that's okay. I enjoy it. And then all of this stuff will eventually be cleaned and processed and sold either here or there. I'll let you know. I do have some updates coming up this week. The lovely oak bookcase is in place. I've done some restoration to the door. I've done some decorating in that room that you have not seen yet in the 1925 bungalow. So we're going to take a look at that. I've got some window treatments that have been put up and some big costume jewelry updates. Did you see me and my mother digging through a jewelry box that had some of her mother's costume jewelry in it? We had fun with that and we got a lot of response, a lot of positive response, and I appreciate that. But I have to tell you, I'm almost more confused now than I was before. We'll talk about that in the video, and I found more jewelry that belonged to my paternal grandmother. And I'll get into that soon, and I know you're dying to find out what the size is of that jewelry, and I haven't told you yet because I haven't really gotten it ready for sale yet. It's not even photographed, but it will be. So if you miss a little, you miss a lot. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have that little ding dong turned on for the notifications and all of that stuff. And thank you for watching. That's it. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. Wait for the cat. And so long for now. Now, where's the rest of my ginger snap?